Hello, everybody, and welcome to another tier list. As you can see on the screen, today I will be doing a tier list of Neil Young's albums from the years 1968 through to 1991. Now, Neil has done a lot of recording since 1991, and he has been quite prolific. But this one here just concentrates on this period of time, which is a period of, I think, what is that? 23 years. So this is a good sample size of Neil Young's catalogue and gives you a pretty good idea. He was actually quite versatile, and he explored a range of different styles of music. So, without further ado, these are just a blind as they come up. I'm just going to rank them, and there's going to be a lot of the classic albums in here, and there's going to be some of the not so classic ones in here. So, away we go. So, After the Gold Rush is in his classic period, and we're coming in pretty hot with that, so we're gonna go. We're gonna put that in A. American Stars and Bars, or Bars and Stars. I can't quite remember the name there because the names don't come up on this app. But this one has Like a Hurricane on it, and there are some other ones in there, but it is not. It is one of the lesser 70s releases from what I can remember. I've listened to it quite a bit, but I never really go back to it. So I'm gonna go B for that one. On the Beach is perhaps his finest release. That's gonna go in S because that has got by far one of the best side Bs of all time. You've got Ambulance Blues. What else is there? On the Beach. Revolution Blues. No, I think it's For the Turnstiles. I can't. Oh my god, I can't remember. Anyway, it is a S tier. It has Sky About to Rain, Walk On. It's such a great album. Comes a Time is another really good 70s release. I wouldn't put it quite up there with On the Beach, but that's going to go in A tier. Now, Rust Never Sleeps is a live album. Really interesting album. I'm going to put that in A. Freedom. Freedom is a late 80s recording from Neil. After a couple of years of doing stuff, he's just exploring whatever he wants. There's lots of musical detours in the 80s. He pretty much went back to a more traditional sound on this album. But having said that, it is still quite patchy, so it's going to go C. Now, Harvest is one of his more important albums. Everybody probably knows quite a few tracks of this one, and this is easily an S tier. Hawks and Doves. Hawks and Doves is one of the lesser releases. It has some good songs on it, but it isn't one that people really hold in high regard. So that's going to go as a C. Now, this is Journey Through the Past, and it is a soundtrack album. I cannot remember really listening to it a hell of a lot. So I'm going to skip that because I'm not qualified to really go through that one. So skip that. Landing on Water is a D. It is one of the worst albums he's done. He has been accused of phoning it in with this one, and it's easy to see why. I'm not saying he's ever phoned anything in, but yeah, it's just not that good. I'm going to put that in D. Life is another kind of run-of-the-mill album. I'm going to put that in C. Live Rust is quite good. I do remember quite liking Live Rust, and this as a live album actually it's right up there with his best stuff, so that's an S. Stills Nash Band's Long May You Run is quite good. I'm going to put that in B. Everybody Knows This Is Nowhere is back to front classic. It is just astounding. You got Cinnamon Girl, you Cowgirl in the Sound, Down by the River. It Won't Be Long. It is packed with stuff, and it's got the jammy stuff on it. So if you're really into that, I highly recommend. And that's an S tier for me. The first Neil Young album is really good. He's still figuring out stuff there, but it is still an A tier album. Always is a sort of a country-ish album. It's quite good. It's pretty charming, but it goes into the B tier. Ragged Glory. Ragged Glory was his sort of during his second wave. So as these bands like Pearl Jam, Nirvana, these kind of bands coming about in the early 90s, and Sonic Youth, they were citing Neil Young as a huge inspiration, and he came out with this electric album with the Crazy Horse Band, and it is absolutely fantastic, and that's going to go on S tier. Reactor. Reactor is a very interesting album. It has some fantastic tracks like Opera Star and Southern Pacific, but then it's got some clunkers like T-Bone, and I do not understand some of the stuff that he's done on this. For Southern Pacific and Opera Star, which are two of his best songs amongst, a swath of just real mediocre stuff, I'm going to go to C. Everybody's Rockin', that was another Troll album that he made. It was a rockabilly album, so clearly diverting away from what the company's record company wanted him to do. He was basically just like, well, the contract states creative freedom for creative control, and that's what he should be allowed to have. There's a whole thing. You can look that up. He had fights with Geffen about his contract, and he put out stuff like this, which they deemed as non-commercial, but it's got some charm to it. It's like a rockabilly kind of thing he's got going in this one, and I'm just going to put that in C. This Note for You is very underrated. He has a lot of sort of Motown, soul, rockabilly. There's a slight sort of jazz vibe in there. I'm going to put this in B because I have a soft spot for that. Time Fades Away is another one of these Neil Young releases that was available for a while and then disappeared and went out of print, but luckily now you can get it, and it is very, very good. That's going to go in A. Tonight's the Night, that's in his sweet run of albums, and it is certainly one of the most powerful pieces of music ever. Trans is his vocoder album. It gets much maligned. I think a lot of people were listening to this in the context of his own output and were quite confused at the time. But from what we've seen with artists like Daft Punk and many other people that are using vocoders, it can be done very tastefully, and I'm going to put this in B. Zuma is a great album. Again, this is like an early, mid-70s. I think it's 76. This is a very good album. That's going to go in A. It's asking me to do this again, so I'm just going to put this in C just so I've finished it. Here we go. So I'm going to spin that. No, I'm not. I'm not going to spin it because that's not going to work. Let's have a look. Let's see. Alright. S tier. A tier. I think I did that by accident. There we go. Fix that. C tier. And we only have one D tier in here. And that's Landing on Water. I think Landing on Water is very, very poor. But there we go. What do you think? Comment on this. What's your favourite Neil Young album? Are any of these in here? Are there albums that are actually post 1991 that you would put in his all-time? Let us know.